All right, welcome back. So, last time we totally cracked the code on the PE ratio. Today, we're going to go one level deeper. We're going to uncover the number that powers the whole thing, earnings per share, or EPS. You can think of it as the engine under the hood of a stock's valuation. So let's pop that hood and see how this thing really works. You know, this is the exact question a beginner investor, Arav, asked. He felt like he finally understood PE, but then he saw this EPS number everywhere and, well, the picture suddenly felt a lot more complicated. And I think that's a feeling a lot of us have had, right? What even is this number and why does it matter so much? And that really brings us to the core idea for today. See, the price of a stock, that's just one part of the story. The real question, the one that gets right to the heart of the business, is what are the earnings that are backing up each individual share you can buy? To truly get this, we're going to use a super simple but really powerful mental model. So, for a minute, forget all the spreadsheets, forget the complex formulas, and let's just talk about something we can all understand. Okay, I want you to picture all the money a company makes in a year, after every single one of its expenses are paid. That big, impressive number is its total net profit. Now, imagine that entire profit is baked into one giant, delicious pizza. That pizza, it represents the total success of the business for that entire year. Simple enough, right? And here it is. This is the aha moment. EPS is quite simply your slice of that profit pizza. It answers the question, if we cut up this whole profit pizza and gave a piece to every single shareholder, how big is one slice? It takes the company's total earnings and breaks it down into the one unit the stock market actually trades.
Okay, now that we've got the concept down, let's connect our little pizza analogy to the actual numbers you'll see on a stock page. And trust me, it's way simpler than you think.
The formula is exactly what our pizza analogy just described. You take the total profit, that's the whole pizza, and you just divide it by the number of existing shares, which is basically the total number of slices. And this is so crucial because a huge profit spread across way too many shares can mean a really, really small slice for everybody. Just look at this slide. It shows exactly how this plays out in the real world. I want you to notice that River Foods and Metro Cables, they both made the exact same profit, a massive 240 core. But Metro Cables has half as many shares, half as many slices to divide the pizza into. And what's the result? Well, each share of Metro Cables represents $20 of profit, which is double that of River Foods. Same pizza, bigger slices. And this, right here, is where it all connects back to our last explainer. Remember, the P/E ratio is the share price divided by the EPS. This means EPS is literally the foundation of that entire valuation metric. Think about it. If a company's EPS goes up while its price stays the same, its P/E ratio actually goes down, making the stock look cheaper. Stronger earnings can literally change how expensive a stock appears to be. Okay, so we've got the definition and we've got the math, but just knowing the formula, that's not enough. Now we need to start thinking like a seasoned investor and avoid all the common traps that catch beginners out. So the first big mistake is seeing a high EPS and immediately thinking, wow, great company. But not so fast. A single number is just a snapshot in time. A much, much smarter question to ask is to look at the trend. Is this company's profit per share growing consistently year after year, or did they just have one lucky year? Growth is often way more important than just a single high number. And here's another huge point of confusion. A lot of people think EPS is the money they'll actually get paid for each share they own. That is not correct. EPS is an accounting measure of profit. The actual cash paid out to shareholders, that's called a dividend. And that's a whole separate decision the company makes. They are not the same thing. So the crucial point is always context. You absolutely have to ask, is the trend line for EPS pointing up or is it going down? How does this company's EPS stack up against its direct competitors, not some random company in a totally different field? And, hey, was this year's EPS boosted by some one-time sale of an asset, or is it from real, sustainable core business operations? All right, now let's put all this together. I'm going to give you a simple 5-step checklist you can use every single time you look at a stock. This is how you turn this knowledge into a practical tool. Here it is. It's this simple. 1, find the EPS. 2, immediately translate that in your head to profit per slice. 3, look at the history. Is it growing?
4, use it to understand the PE ratio. Is the stock getting cheaper or more expensive on an earnings basis? And 5, and this is a big one, only compare apples to apples. Check it against its direct peers. That's it. That's the framework.
And what this checklist gives you is just this powerful new lens. You're no longer just looking at a price ticker on a screen. You can now look past the price and see the fundamental earnings power, the size of that profit slice that is supposed to be driving that valuation from inside the business itself.
So I'll leave you with this one final thought to take with you. Now that you really understand how EPS works, ask yourself this question. Why is it so incredibly risky to judge an entire business on just 1 year's earnings per share? If you can answer that, you'll be well on your way to thinking like a much, much smarter investor.